Did you know that even though there are tens of thousands of words in the English language, you really only need about 3,000 of them to say anything you need to say? I'm teaching 3,000 words in 3,000 days. Stick with me and you'll get a new word every day.
Shallow, shallow. So this girl is walking in the shallows. That would be the noun. The shallows is an area of water that's not deep. See, it only goes up to her ankles. It's very shallow. So shallow is the adjective. Shallow can also mean superficial, restricted, finite. We often talk about people being shallow. If a person is shallow, then there's not a lot there. Usually they're probably a happy person, but there's not a lot of thought that goes into this person. They are shallow. If I care only about the way you look, then I'm being very shallow. If I care about how you feel and what you think, and I see all of that as part of your value, then I'm not being shallow. So superficial. So the opposite of shallow would be deep. Right now, this girl is standing in shallow water, but we also have deep water where you wouldn't be able to see her. She'd be under the water. And we use those same words to talk about superficial. The opposite of superficial would also be deep, that we're talking about going below the surface. So surface is another word for shallow. The water in the kiddie pool was shallow, only reaching up to the toddler's knees. Shallow here means not deep, often used when describing water or containers' height or depth. She gave a shallow answer to a deep question, clearly uninterested in the topic. So here, a shallow answer implies superficiality, lacking thought or depth. For example, if I ask you the question, why am I here? And I want to know what is my purpose here on this planet? And you answer me, well, didn't you come to eat dinner? That's a very shallow answer because I'm only thinking about the top layer of that question. They dug a shallow grave in the forest, trying to hide their crime quickly. A shallow grave is usually a crime related. You're doing something fast. You just dig a hole that's not deep, only to hear, and quick put the body in, cover it up, and run away. A shallow grave is going to be found. It's incomplete. It's urgent. Despite his wealth and charm, people found him shallow because he only cared about appearances. So this is a very negative connotation. If you call someone shallow, then it means they are only surface oriented. They really don't care about what's underneath. It's judgmental, and it means lacking emotional and intellectual depth. He's very shallow. The pan would be shallow, so the heat spreads. The pan should be shallow, so the heat spreads quickly and evenly across the surface. Here we're talking about like a frying pan is shallow versus a stock pot, which is very deep. So the opposite of shallow is deep. The noun for shallow is the shallows. The shallows talks about, it's just talking about water, nothing else. If you're talking about a person who is shallow, and then you want to talk about that characteristic, you would use superficial. Superficiality. His superficiality knows no bounds. You could also put the suffix ness on the end of shallow to make it a noun. Shallowness. Shallowness. The verb shallow. There's no verb. The adjective is shallow, and the adverb is shallowly. Shallowly. He answered the question very shallowly.
I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Use it 5 times today, write it down, commit it to memory, and I'll see you in the next lesson.